Do-rag wisdom right here. Y2K 16.10.21. And I know I look ridiculous, believe me. I mean, sometimes when I'm watching my own videos, because I suffer from chronic depression, I just look at my videos and I start laughing my ass off. I mean, so believe me, yes, this is a hat that has, see what I'm saying? And again, I'm not trying to do cultural appropriation. I'm not trying to steal anybody's culture or make fun of it. As a matter of fact, I want to celebrate everybody's culture, including my own, including everybody's, including the entire world's. But either there or not. Believe me, between this and this thing, yeah, I need a lifestyle lift from my toes all the way up to the top of my head. So yes, folks, do-rag wisdom right here does know how ridiculous he looks. But like any madman out there, there's a little bit of truth in everything that we all say. So let me just tell you that I am not surprised by the Donald Trump Hitler presidential run, because people in this world, in our society, any place, and we're still fighting or to become civilized. And as far as I'm concerned, since the human race is still only like, what, 100,000, 200,000 years old, the whole human race, the whole of human history, in like as little as 200,000 years, do you realize, how much, how little time that is? And Carl Sagan, who made the cosmic calendar, it's very clear on there. The entire of human history is like, if it were to be equivalent to a 12-month calendar, we'd be like the final 2 seconds or whatever, 30 seconds of December 31st. We, as a species, are still a bunch of naked apes. Now, I use Desmond Morris's term. He wrote a book called The Naked Ape. I always say Morris Norris, but Desmond, his first name was, and he wrote this classic book called The Naked Ape, which I don't think is even available. And he was a zoologist who examined the behavior and culture of the human species as if we're like animals, like a zoologist would, studying us the way you would study any animal. And that had an effect on me, thinking about that. Always thought about that. And, well, here's the thing. Thought I'd get my other cat in the picture, so that's why I went over like that. We're running a naked ape. I mean, this guy, Donnie Trump, is a naked ape. And he represents everything that is base about our species. Unfortunately, our species, myself included, I'm not trying to be a snob here, we, again, as I said before, we are being dragged backwards by the urge to be a naked ape. Now, if the human race survives, we'll become more refined if we do the right things. If we encourage the savagery in us, we are not going to survive. This species is going to die right out, because the mistake of our species so far in terms of the evolution, like the survival, the fittest, and all this kind of stuff. We have this brain, the frontal lobe, like And you should know that the dolphins have an equally sized frontal lobe. So I'm willing to believe that somewhere out there on this planet we have another intelligent, equally intelligent species to us that can think and reason. And with this, we have this knowledge, and yet because of this knowledge, we're able to create things, do things, in advanced technology. I mean, nowadays, the technology today, it's amazing. It's amazing, the technology. Look at the little critter there, look at it. See the technology there, Ginger? This little Ginger. Her two brothers really drive her crazy. They're bigger. Anyway, we have this technology, and yet we're still savage, naked apes that will, if we don't evolve and become more refined, we'll destroy each other. We'll blow each other off the face of the planet. Look at, Donnie Trump wants to expand the nuclear capabilities, and which, that's, it's a nightmare. I have like recurring nuclear nightmare dreams, among other things. So, him being president would be like, I'm not one of those who believes they're going to survive after a massive nuclear war. That's nonsense. So, the sad thing about us at this stage of our evolution is that we're still attracted to the savage. The so-called alpha. They call it like the alpha male, or whatever you want to call it. Look, I've been plagued by so-called alpha males throughout my life, and here I'm still sitting here, and I've survived, and thanks to the presidency of Barack Obama, I have a house. I bought a house, which, before I was just a renter, and I see that that the human race as a species has all these all the capabilities. There's a lot of promise in this species, but unfortunately, we are attracted. We are to this savage ape, naked ape, and I say naked ape because, as you know, we're basically hairless. We are hairy, but not to the extent that most of the other animal kingdom is. And I'm not including the reptiles and insects, etc., 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 etc. Donald Trump is not the last monster that's going to be on the scene in the history of the human race. But if we keep encouraging and being attracted to the monsters, there's 4 billion years left of life in this planet Earth before the sun goes red giant. All right, 4 billion years. I'm not optimistic that the human race is going to be around another 4 billion years. I think we need maybe another species equally as intelligent, but not as attracted to the savage, to the Second Amendment like our species is. And as long as we are this way, and as long as we have this urge inside of us to be savages, there'll never be an end to the Trumps, to the Hitlers, to the Mussolinis, to the Saddam Husseins, to the Yasser Arafats. To none of them. The Genghis Khans. At the end of the day, the human race has to humble itself and realize we're not the be-all and we're not the end-all of the species' life on this planet. And with one little hand, with little fingers on one red button, that's the end of us. Unless we wake up and really become more refined, and I guess, ironically enough, more human. Watch this space and be safe.